The management of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, CPUT, says it remains open to talks with student leaders and maintains that it is ready to negotiate. The CPUT says the situation could also see the Ministry of Higher Education, which has made contact about sending a team to the institution. The situation has remained peaceful with no violence or escalation reported overnight following yesterday's sit-in over management's instruction to vacate university residences. The students have defied an order by the university to vacate residences by 4 p.m. on Wednesday over safety concerns. This, of course, follows days of student protests and damage to property. The students are raising concerns over residence conditions, financial challenges, academic documents, and the proposed 2027 financial recovery plan. Let's pick up the story with SABC News reporter Mariska Botha, who's been tracking that situation. Good evening, Mariska. What is the latest you can tell us about the situation at CPUT?
Well, good evening to you and to our viewers. We are outside the gate now, the main gate, the entrance to the Bellville campus of CPUT, where it has been peaceful. We were allowed access and we did a drive around, and we also attempted to speak to some students on camera. They seemed very relaxed and they were going about their business, seeing that there is no teaching and learning taking place at the moment. And as you correctly said there, Tulisizwe, they were ordered to vacate residences by 4 p.m. yesterday. We have now exceeded the 24-hour mark since that order was given. But the issue is for many students that they simply cannot afford to vacate the premises. This is their home, if you will, for the time being while they are studying. And they simply do not have the means. Many of them come from across the country, living very far from Cape Town. So upping and leaving and buying a plane ticket off the cuff is not possible for them. So we've seen many students walking about with packages. They have gone to do some shopping and the like, and staying in residences in a peaceful manner. We also heard just before we went to air that students are also gathering off campus, where they will be peacefully gathering. And of course tomorrow there will be a highly anticipated press conference by the Central Student Representative Council to give clarity on where they stand as the representative body of students on the campus regarding the issue and the protests that have been taking place. You also rightly said that the Department of Higher Education has reached out, and we understand that a team for mediation could be made available for discussions between both the CPUT, the university, and of course then the Student Representative Council. We do not know at this stage when that mediation or meeting will take place with students at this point, and we are not clear as yet whether that meeting has taken place with the administration of the institution itself. But yes, of course, the evacuation order came after there was some serious protesting taking place here at Bellville campus. There was a building torched, and we understand that at least 2 students sustained injuries when police fired rubber bullets and the like, and we understand they're still at hospital seeking medical attention, as well as an employee by the university was seriously injured during those protests. So the management said the order for evacuation came, and the suspension of all teaching and learning came as a result of the protests and trying to de-escalate the tension that existed both here at the Bellville campus and of course its campus in the heart of the city in District 6. So for now the situation is calm and quiet, and we will certainly keep tabs on that press conference expected tomorrow by the Student Representative Council.
In situations like these, where there's been violence that has accompanied, well, a degree of violence that has accompanied the protests, and then there's been a response to that degree of violence, the form of protest and form of response usually overshadows the substance of the issues about which the students have been protesting. What are we hearing? I know that part of the story is about the possible intervention of the Department of Higher Education and Training. But what are we hearing about progress in trying to resolve these issues around residence conditions, financial challenges, academic documents, the financial recovery plan of 2027?
You are absolutely right. When violence is involved, or if there's high tension surrounding particular issues, they do overshadow the main concerns, and certainly for the students, these are very, very legitimate conditions. Excuse me there. Much of it relates to historic debt, the increase of registration fees as part of the recovery plan for 2027 that students say they simply cannot afford. So there's no clarity at this point when and if those issues will be addressed, but we do know, we have confirmation from the institution itself that they remain open for dialogue regarding these issues and to discuss the matters on the table. The students have, of course, four key demands, and right at the very top of it is the financial question. And you are very correct. It overshadows what the students are actually protesting about. And the suspension of classes and teaching and learning also overshadows then what the students are protesting for and about. But we certainly do hope that if there is mediation to take place from the Department of Higher Education, that it will address some of those issues, because they are very real and very pertinent for many, many students that attend all tertiary institutions across the country.
All right, live for us from outside the Bellville campus of the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, CPUT, our reporter Mariska Botha, they're keeping an eye on developments on that story.